Hello, I am Sheta and today we are gathered to have a very important discussion about the harmless tradition that was left behind by the British, which transformed into an evil unspoken norm amongst university students. It was initially only interactions between seniors and juniors that established respect for the seniors in the mind of juniors. Ragging, the custom which is carried out by the senior students, which victimizes juniors through physical as well as mental form of harm. Ragging has become a trend in most of the universities, which in certain cases has led to severe impacts and sometimes the reason behind increasing suicide rates as well. The recent cases surrounding ragging has led us to question the extent the policies and guidelines set by the Supreme Court and the University Grants Commission have been implemented in the institutions. Times of India came up with an article on how anti-ragging laws can be misused. Quoting from the article, according to 2017 poll, almost 40% of Indian students have experienced some sort of ragging and bullying, with medical and engineering campuses reporting the highest rates. These results are stunning because they were obtained despite rigorous anti-ragging measures. Ragging was outlawed in India by the Supreme Court in 2001. Today, all educational institutions in the country rigidly enforce the anti-ragging statute by apex court's order. It is horrifying that the culprits are students who supposedly the country's future. To have a discussion on the topic, we have with us Dr. Sailen Deka, Assistant Professor, Department of Civil Engineering, and a member of Anti-Ragging Cell of Tezpur University, and Ankur Datta, Guest Faculty, Department of Mass Communication and Journalism, Tezpur University. So my first question is for Sailen Deka sir. What are the consequences for students found guilty of indulging in ragging activities as per the university's anti-ragging policy?
That depends upon the of the act or the crime. Sometimes it may merely be a prank and the newcomer may think that it is ragging. So the first thing that the newcomer will do or the fresher will do, that he will lodge or she will lodge a complaint, or the complaint may come from somebody else also. So whenever the complaint comes, the concerned authority will first examine the case and take the opinions of both the complainant and the accused. And if it is established that the case is very mild one, then it may be settled like in case of other cases, it may be settled amicably between the repressor and the senior. But then if the repressor is not willing to take, say the senior offers an unconditional, seeks an unconditional apology, then but if the fresher is not ready to accept that, then of course the proceedings will go further. Then in that case, if it's a mild one, then the senior, the perpetrator, will be warned. So he may be let go with a warning, so that he doesn't repeat it in future. If the case is like say a little bit of more serious, if it involves willful harm to the fresher, maybe in terms of mental harm, then of course the apology will not be the solution. Then the perpetrator will be issued again here, it will be issued a warning, and depending upon the severity, he may be put on probation. Okay, so the probation may be like that probation will again depend upon the severity of the case. So it may be an warning with a communication to the guardian of the student, so that the guardian also know that their ward is committing something which is he should not do. And it may be kind of academic probation also. For example, the probation may be like he may be debarred from contesting the student council elections, representing the university in future, say for 1 year, 2 year, or for whole stay of his duration in the university. And it may depend upon some financial fine. Again, if say the student has inflicted some bodily harm willfully to the fresher, then of course it will be a severe case. Then he will definitely be on probation. That again will depend upon what was the outcome of that heart injury. So again, the probation may be for 1 year for the whole stay, and the probation may be academic probation also. He may be sent off to his home from the university campus for a semester. And if again the crime is grievous, like in case of what has happened in Dibrugarh University, so it is now a criminal case. So the case now will be handed over to the police. So in case of say physical injury, if it is kind of intentional and grievous, then this we have to hand it over to the police for criminal proceedings. So that way, what measure we take, that will depend upon the severity of the crime.
In the recent Dibrugarh University case, it has come to the light that the authorities were informed about the abuse through complaints. However, authorities usually send a warning notice to the boarders. My next question is for Ankur Pratim Datta sir. Do you think such notice gives the abusers more power over the victims?
Certainly, yes. In my opinion, I think such warning doesn't help. It might even incite the seniors to take revenge to the juniors or the freshers. So, in that sense, such warning doesn't help to stop the crime. I think ragging is a crime, and it should be stopped immediately by the administration. And I think they should, after getting the complaint, they should start the investigation. And if proven guilty, then the strict action must be taken against the defendant.
I would like to ask another question to Shailen Deka sir. What actions were taken by the university to curb ragging, and do you think that these measures taken by the universities across the country have not been enough?
The measures that our university and other institutions also take, they are of two types. One is proactive, that means before preventing ragging, before it happens. And the other one is retroactive, that means actions that are taken after ragging happens. So proactive measures are creating awareness among the students, both freshers and seniors. So seniors, they are to be educated, they are educated. So like in our campus, there are various notice boards which declares that ragging is a punishable criminal activity. And so it's to give the seniors the idea that if they commit ragging, then they will be punished. So that is one kind of proactive measure. Then retroactive measures are, once it happens, we take disciplinary action, or if it is very severe, as I have already told, criminal action on the part of the police. Okay. But the thing is that in addition to these, there are some other activities that are needed, that are included also. So awareness part among the seniors. Why ragging is bad? Although everybody here are educated in the university, whether they are students or teachers, but then that level of education is not activated, because knowing something and materializing it are different things. So everybody knows that ragging is not good, but then some seniors indulge in it. Okay. So to prevent that, they have to be kind of counseled. First thing is to search out for probable offenders. So it is not easy. So that can be, and it's not, but it's not impossible also. That can be done by the students themselves with the help of other students. So who are likely to indulge in ragging in the coming months when the freshers are coming. So that information may come from the students voluntarily. So to bring that information voluntarily, they have to be motivated. That kind of motivation has to be given. So this is another thing that is to be done as a proactive measure. Okay. Then another proactive measure is educating the freshers. So out of fear, many of them do not report the things. So they have to, before, as soon as they arrive or even before they arrive, they are to be told, they are to be educated that enduring a crime is not good. Okay, not only for themselves, for everybody. So if a crime happens, then it has to be reported. So that level of awareness should be created in the freshers as soon as they arrive, and even before they arrive in the campus. Then in case of retrospective or retroactive measures, in addition to these disciplinary actions and other things, we have also to take care of the sufferer. Okay. For example, he may need to be counseled. Okay. He may suffer some psychological downs or depressions. So he may need counseling, or because he has suffered, he has been ragged or tortured, he may keep a grudge within. He may think that let the next batch come, then I will show what I can do. So this also has to be removed from his mind. So just because he has suffered, he should not transfer that suffering to the next batch that will be coming. So for that also again counseling is required. So these are basically the proactive and retroactive measures that are taken or that are to be taken. Now whether these are successful or not. Actually, see, human mind is very complex, psychology is very complex. So, people's psychology differ from person to person. So, if everybody would have been equal, then there would have been no crime in the society. So, although we may be educated, but some amount of criminality or animality may be within our minds. Okay? With civilization, we may police that, or we may cover that criminality to a lot, but then in case of some people, those criminality may be there always. Okay, so whenever a chance arises, opportunity arises, the criminality will resurface. So probably the condition in any academic campus reflects the outside societal condition, how our society is outside the campus. Okay, so if the society has reformed to a lot, then the campus also will be reformed a lot.
Thank you so much. I totally agree. My next question is for Ankur sir. Are there any educational programs or initiatives in place to raise awareness about the negative effects of ragging and promote a ragging-free campus environment?
I think the major initiative was taken by Government of India in 2001 to declare ragging as a crime. I think that was the most important declaration by the Government of India to curb ragging or abolish ragging. I think 2 or 3 steps can be taken by each college or university to curb ragging. Number one, there should be more strict. Strict in the sense, severe punishment should be given to the criminal who rags. Number 2, counseling session, as sir mentioned, to be conducted for the seniors also. We conduct counseling or orientation program for the juniors only. But I think for the seniors, we need similar kind of programs to orient them or to counsel them how to behave with the juniors, how to accept them, how to indulge in positive activities with them, not in ragging. Number 3, I think it's a responsibility for the seniors to provide their juniors a very good environment. And if they accept that seniority as a responsibility for the institution, for the hostel, I think ragging activities will be lessened to a certain amount. So that's my take on such initiatives. That's all.
I would like to convey my gratitude towards our guests, Shailen Deka sir and Ankur Pratim Datta sir, for their valuable time and fruitful discussion. Now I would like to proceed our panel discussion with the council members of Tezpur University. For our panel discussion, we have with us our guest Prasujya Sharma, Assistant General Secretary, Tezpur University Students' Council, and Gayatri Bharadwaj, Social Service Secretary, Tezpur University Students' Council. So starting with our first question, my first question to both our panelists is that ragging is prevalent in all the universities. As a member of Students' Council, what's your opinion on ragging, and what's your take as a member of Student Council body? What's your take on this topic of ragging?
First of all, thank you for inviting me to your show and giving me the chance to push up my view or my words. Ragging is a socially set structure. It is not a new concept. Right from our school days, when we were small, we used to hear that ragging is done in universities, ragging is done in colleges. Even when I started my college life, my mother was little afraid that in case if I come across the problem of ragging in my college life, but I'm lucky that I have not came across such sort of problem maybe in my college life as well as university life. So now the question comes here is that how can we control ragging? Just a particular student or a particular member of a student council or the student council or student union as a whole cannot give a solution to the problem of ragging. In order to overcome the problem of ragging, every student, including the student council as well as the student union of every colleges, every universities, should come forward and they should ensure that yes, we will stop ragging in our colleges, we will stop ragging in our universities. So I want to say that in order to stop the problem of ragging, every student of every colleges, of every universities of Assam, of Northeast and of India should come forward and they should promise themselves that yes, we will take initiative, we will take steps in order to stop the problem of ragging in our colleges as well as in our universities. And the most important thing is that nowadays ragging has become like a revenge mindset. If last year a group of students have come to a college or come to a university and if they have come across the problem of ragging and in the next year, in the year when they become senior, in that year they feel that this year also we have to continue the process of ragging because last year we felt or last year we faced the problem of ragging, and as such they used to do such activities with their juniors. That's why I want to say that ragging has become like a revenge mindset. So every student should ensure that yes, we will work together and we will stop ragging in our institutions. That's my view.
With Prasujya, because the grudge stays. So I would like to know from Gayatri's perspective, okay, what's your opinion on this matter?
First of all, thank you for giving me the opportunity to say something about the ragging. So, মই ভাবো যে যেতিয়াৰ পৰা আমি মানে স্কুল হওক বা কলেজত পঢ়িবলৈ যাওঁ তেতিয়াৰ পৰা আমাৰ সকলোৰে মনত এটা থাকে যে সিনিয়ৰ্ছখিনি আমাক কি কৰিব বা যোৱাৰ পাছত আমি কেনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ সিচুৱেশ্যনটো আমি ফেচ কৰিম। তো সেই বস্তুখিনিক লৈ পেলাই আমাৰ মনত সকলোৰে ভয় থাকে। যদিও বা ভয় থাকে আমি তথাপিও কলেজলৈ বা ইউনিভাৰ্চিটিখনলৈ পঢ়িবলৈ আমি যাবই লাগিব। গতিকে পোনপ্ৰথমে যোৱাৰ পাছত সেই নতুন যিটো এটা পৰিৱেশ, সেই পৰিৱেশটো আমাৰ মুখামুখি হ'বলৈ বা সন্মুখীন হ'বলৈ ভয় অৱশ্যে লাগে, কিন্তু তথাপি আমি সেইখিনি সন্মুখীন আমি হওঁ। আৰু ৰেগিং বুলি ক'বলৈ গ'লে এইটো এটা মানে যিটো আপোনাৰ যিখিনি ছাত্ৰ ছাত্ৰী, যিখিনি আমাৰ ছিনিয়ৰ মানে আছে ছাত্ৰ ছাত্ৰী, তেওঁলোকে এটা বনোৱা এটা ছ'চিয়েল কনষ্ট্ৰাকশ্যন, তাৰ বাদে একো নহয়। আৰু তেওঁলোকে ভাবে যে ৰেগিং এটা এনেকুৱা বস্তু যিটো তেওঁলোকে যিহেতুকে ফেচ কৰিছিলে, গতিকে সেইটো তেওঁলোকে কণ্টিনিউ কৰি যায়। আমি পাইছোঁ গতিকে আমিও হয়তো সেইখিনি আকৌ কেলেই নকৰিম। তো তেনেকুৱা এটা চিন্তাধাৰা লৈ পেলাই যেতিয়া একোটা ছাত্ৰ সমাজে সেইখিনি আগুৱাই নিব, গতিকে আমি তেনেকুৱা অৱস্থাত আমি ৰেগিং বন্ধ কৰিব নোৱাৰোঁ। গতিকে ৰেগিং বন্ধ কৰিবলৈ বা ৰেগিঙক নোহোৱা কৰিবলৈ হ'লে আমি পোনপ্ৰথমে আমাৰ ছাত্ৰ সমাজ আগতে অৱগত হ'ব লাগিব, আগতে সজাগ হ'ব লাগিব। আৰু প্ৰত্যেকজন যি নতুন ছাত্ৰ ছাত্ৰী এখন কলেজ বা এখন বিশ্ববিদ্যালয়লৈ পঢ়িবলৈ আহে, তো তেওঁলোকেও সেই বস্তুখিনিত অৱদান আগবঢ়াব লাগিব। আৰু মই ভাবোঁ যে ৰেগিঙৰ যিটো সমস্যা, সেই সমস্যাটো সমাধান কৰিবলৈ হ'লে যেতিয়া আমাৰ এডমিশ্যন প্ৰচেছ যিটো হয় তেতিয়াই একোখনকৈ ফৰ্ম দিয়া হয় এণ্টি ৰেগিঙৰ কাৰণে। চ' সেইখন ফিল আপ কৰি গাৰ্জেনৰ যিটো আপোনাৰ ছিগনেচাৰ, যিটো তেওঁলোকৰ গাৰ্জেনৰ চহী, সেই চহীটো লোৱাটো মাষ্ট কৰিব লাগে। কিয়নো নহ'লে বা তেওঁলোকে এণ্টি ৰেগিং যে এই বস্তুখিনি আছে তেওঁলোকৰ হয়তো অৱগত নহ'বও পাৰে। গতিকে তেওঁলোকক সেইখিনি অৱগত কৰিবৰ কাৰণে যেতিয়া আমাৰ এডমিশ্যন প্ৰচেছৰ লগতে মানে প্ৰছপেক্টাছখনৰ লগতে হয়তো আমি সেইখন প্ৰভাইড কৰিব পাৰোঁ, যাতে তেওঁলোকে সেই কথাখিনিৰ বিষয়ে অৱগত হয়। আৰু ৰেগিং বুলি কোৱাৰ লগে লগে একোটা ভয় মনলৈ আহে, প্ৰত্যেকজন ছাত্ৰ ছাত্ৰীৰে ভয় মনলৈ আহে। কিয়নো তেওঁলোক ছিনিয়ৰ্ছ, তেওঁলোকে কি বা কৰিবলৈ ক'ব, কি সুধিব, গতিকে সেইবোৰৰ কাৰণে ভয় আহে। আৰু বহুতে কিছুমান ছিনিয়ৰ্ছ আমি এনেকৈ দেখিবলৈ পাওঁ যে কিছুমান নকৰিবলগীয়া কাম বা নুসুধিবলগীয়া কিছুমান বস্তু হয়তো তেওঁলোকে কৰে, যাৰ কাৰণে এই নিউলি যিখিনি ফ্ৰেছাৰ্ছ আছে, যিখিনি নিউ কামাৰ্ছ আছে, তেওঁলোকে হয়তো কেতিয়াবা মানসিকভাৱে সেইখিনি প্ৰেছাৰ হিচাপেও পাব পাৰে। আৰু মানসিকভাৱে যেতিয়া এটা প্ৰেছাৰ এটা তেওঁলোকৰ মনলৈ আহে বা মানসিক প্ৰেছাৰ এটা তেওঁলোকে যেতিয়া পায়, তো মানসিক চাপটো পোৱাৰ লগে লগে তেওঁলোকে হয়তো বহুত নকৰিবলগীয়া কাম কিছুমান কৰিব পাৰে। গতিকে ৰেগিং বোলা বস্তুটো বন্ধ হ'ব লাগে, কাৰণ ৰেগিঙে হয়তো বহুতখিনি নহ'বলগীয়া বা বহুতখিনি যিখিনি আমি নভবা কথা সেইখিনিলৈ হয়তো এটা পৰিস্থিতি এটা সেইখিনিলৈ লৈ যাব পাৰে। গতিকে ৰেগিং বন্ধ কৰাটো অকল আমাৰ মানে এজ এ কাউন্সিল বা তেনেকুৱা বুলিয়ে নহয়, একোখন যে সমাজ বা একোখন পৰিষদ লাগিব এটা ৰেগিং বন্ধ কৰিবলৈ, তেনেকুৱা নহয়। প্ৰত্যেকজনেই নিজে নিজে যেতিয়া সজাগ হ'ব, প্ৰত্যেকজন ছিনিয়ৰৰ লগতে জুনিয়ৰেও তেওঁলোকক সহায় সহযোগিতা আগবঢ়াব, তেতিয়া হয়তো নিশ্চয় ৰেগিং বন্ধ কৰাত সকলোখিনি সফল হ'ব। আৰু ৰেগিং বন্ধ কৰিবলৈ বুলি ক'লে যিখিনি সাধাৰণতে দেখা যায় হোষ্টেলবোৰত দেখা যায়, গতিকে হোষ্টেলবোৰৰ যিখিনি তেওঁলোকক চোৱা চিতা কৰিবলগীয়া বা যেতিয়া নতুন ফ্ৰেছাৰ্ছখিনি আহে, সেইখিনিত অকণমান এডমিনিষ্ট্ৰেশ্যনেই হওক বা যিখিনি হোষ্টেলত থাকে মানুহ, সেইখিনি অকণমান ষ্ট্ৰিক্ট হোৱাটো হয়তো প্ৰয়োজন। কাৰণ নহ'লে ছিনিয়ৰ্ছে গ্ৰুপ হৈ বহুতে অহা দেখা যায় বা ৰেগিং কৰিবলৈ। ৰেগিং বুলি নহয়, তেওঁলোকে আহে ইণ্ট্ৰডাকশ্যন এটা ল'বলৈ, কিন্তু ইণ্ট্ৰডাকশ্যনৰ নামত যেতিয়া সেই বস্তুটো বাঢ়ি যায় আৰু বাঢ়ি যোৱাৰ পাছতেই সেইটো হয়তো ৰেগিঙৰ নাম লয়। গতিকে সেইখিনিৰ ওপৰত চোৱা চিতা কৰাটো যথেষ্ট প্ৰয়োজনীয়তা আছে। আৰু মই ভাবোঁ যে সেইখিনি কৰিলে হয়তো আমি নিশ্চয়কৈ সেইখিনি বন্ধ কৰিবলৈ পাৰিমগৈ। চ' সেইখিনি মই ভাবোঁ।
So there is a culture of taking introductions by the seniors to the juniors. So what you two feel about this thing, taking introduction in the hostels or in the departments?
The first thing is that I will not oppose the culture of taking introduction. I will not oppose it because if a student is coming to a hostel or if a student is coming to a department, in the upcoming years, in the upcoming 3 to 4 years, all the students of a department or all the students of a hostel have to live like the members of the same family. And as of that it is necessary for every student to know each other, to know the name of a particular student, to know the college from which he did his graduation, to know the place from where he is coming. This is necessary to know. This is necessary for every student to know each other, especially the names. And as of that, taking normal introduction is okay, but in the name of introduction, if a boy is fat, calling him petla; if a boy is thin, calling him ketenga, all these things are not good. Introduction is necessary, and introduction should be like asking the name, from which place you were, from which institution you did your graduation. Up to that, it's okay, but it should not cross the limit. That's my view in this regard.
Coming to the last question of our today's panel discussion. So you two are the members of the representatives of the students, the council members. So what are the initiatives taken by the members of the council of students to prevent this ragging in the campus?
As we know that we have an anti-ragging cell here. If any student is feeling harassed from the seniors, they should come forward, they should talk with the students council, because we are here to solve the problems for every student. So they should come forward, they should talk to the anti-ragging cell also. They can say talk their problems. So these are some initiatives that we have thought of. And also as I have mentioned earlier, that hostels and mostly the prone areas, the ragging prone areas, that must be seen. So that for me, that should that should be taken as the first and priorities.
Thank you so much to both our panelists, Prasujya Sharma and Gayatri Bharadwaj, for being with us in today's panel discussion. It was indeed a very fruitful discussion. So I would like to conclude today's panel discussion with a line, say no to ragging.